Captain Gerald? It is you! Goodness, it's been ages! Don't you recognize me? It's Alois, your old right-hand man! Well, that's how I always thought of myself anyway. Oh, it must have been 20 years ago that you went missing without a trace. I always knew you were still alive.
You haven't changed a bit, Alois, just as loud as ever. And drop that captain nonsense. I'm not your captain anymore. These days, I'm just a wandering mercenary. One who has work to do. Goodbye, old friend.
Right. Goodbye, Captain. Wait, that isn't how this ends. I insist that you return to the monastery with me.
Garreg Mach Monastery. I suppose this was inevitable.
And how about you, kid? Are you the captain's child? Is that so? Well, physical differences aside, your mannerisms do remind me of the captain. I'd love for you to see the monastery too. You will join me, won't you? What's troubling you, Captain? You aren't about to run off again, are you?
Even I wouldn't dare run from the Knights of Seiros.
The Knights of Seiros? They do seem rather skilled. Ah, it seems your presence is required. Get going.
I appreciate your help back there. Your skill is beyond question. You're clearly an experienced mercenary. And your father, that would be Gerald, the Bladebreaker? Former captain of the Knights of Seiros, oft praised as the strongest knight to ever live. Have I missed anything? How curious. I'd wager the explanation for that is fascinating indeed.
Hey, you are coming with us to the monastery, right? Of course you are. I'd love to bend your ear as we travel. Oh, I should mention that the three of us are students of the Officers' Academy at Garreg Mach Monastery. We were doing some training exercises when those bandits attacked. I definitely got the worst of it.
That would be because you ran off.
Too true. I was the first to make a strategic retreat. Everything would have worked out if these two hadn't followed me and ruined everything. Because of them, every single one of those bandits chased after us. Utterly ridiculous.
Ah, so that's what you were thinking, Claude. And here I thought you were acting as a decoy for the sake of us all.
His intentions were as clear as day. You will prove a lacking ruler if you cannot see the truth behind a person's words.
You will prove a lacking ruler yourself if you look for deceit behind every word and fail to trust those whom you rely on.
Oh, joy. A royal debate between their highnesses. I wonder how being completely predictable affects one's ability to wield power. Personally, as the embodiment of distrust, I'd say your little exchange smacks of naivete.
Me? Naive? Tell me, are you actually incapable of keeping quiet, or is your lack of self-awareness a condition of some sort?
In any case, forgive our digression. I must speak with you if you can spare a moment. The way you held your ground against the bandits' leader was captivating. You never lost control of the situation. It showed me I still have much to learn.
Your skill is precisely why I must ask you to consider lending your services to the Empire. I might as well tell you now, I am no mere student. I am also the Adrestian Empire's...
Halt, Edelgard. Please allow me to finish my own proposition. The Holy Kingdom of Faerghus is in dire need of exceptional individuals like yourself. Please, do consider returning to the kingdom with me.
Whoa there, you two sure are hasty. Trying to recruit someone you just met. Tactless, really. I was personally planning to develop a deep and lasting friendship on our journey back to the monastery before begging for favors. But it seems there's no time for niceties in this world. So, capable stranger, let's get right to it. Where does your allegiance lie?
It seems one's place of birth is quite significant to them. Yet they are so impressed by you that you may take your pick. Well?
A wise choice. Though the Empire has fallen from its former glory, the other regions are merely offshoots that pale in comparison.
All right, that's enough with the small talk. It's time to head back to the monastery.
Looks like we'll have to pick this up another time.
My, they are in such a hurry. You know, each of the three is most unique. Yes, I thought the same. I am so sleepy once again. I may be sleeping, but
Hello YouTube, my name is Vajj of Yes and welcome to Fire Emblem Three Houses Chapter 1, I believe, and Jesus Christ, it took 6 minutes for us to get to this point. And yeah, we just met the three leaders basically, and I'm already trying to make moves on Edelgard. That's beside the point. And not really important to anything at all. Nothing. Oh, cutscene again. Oh no.
Part
White
1.
clouds.
White clouds. Great tree moon. 3 houses.
Jesus Christ, can you say more?
The icy winds of the Agma Mountains have begun to scatter, and the verdant fields once again spring to life across Fodlan, heralding the start of a new year. As they celebrate the dawning year, the people pray that they may realize their full potential, just as a tiny sprout hopes to one day grow into a great tree. The continent of Fodlan, said to be protected by a revered goddess, has existed since time immemorial. 3 ruling powers now control the land. In the south lies a region long held by a more than 1,000-year-old dynasty, the Adrestian Empire. Beyond its borders, to the frigid north, is the home of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus, ruled by the royal family and its knights. To the east, a league of nobles that heeds no king nor emperor rules what is called the Leicester Alliance. Once consumed by a tempest of war and turmoil, Fodlan and these 3 mighty powers now exist in relative harmony.
The key word in that entire speech was relative harmony.
This will be your first time at the monastery. I'd be happy to show you around.
It really is Fodlan in a nutshell. The good and the bad.
Like it or not, we'll be there soon enough.
And there it is.
There it is.
Oh, well, okay.
Derek Mock Monastery.
Jesus.
Ray is here.
So the fight at the beginning of the game was not that long ago.
I wonder, did the flow of time bring you here?
So wait, is that my mom? Would kind of make sense, although at the same time it wouldn't. Just saying, combining their hair colors, and you could get my shade of
It's been
hair.
years since I've last set eyes on this place.
Who should I ask about? Let's go with her.
You saw her in the courtyard earlier, didn't you? The Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Let's go with the name.
As you know, the majority of folks in Fodlan are devout followers of the teachings of Seros. The leader of that ridiculously large religious organization is the Archbishop, Lady Rhea.
Thank you for your patience, Gerald. My name is Seteth. I am an advisor to the Archbishop.
Right. Hello.
It has been a long time, Gerald. I wonder, was it the will of the goddess that we have another chance meeting like this?
Forgive my silence all these years. Much has happened since we last spoke.
So I see. The miracle of fatherhood has blessed you. That is your child, is it not?
Yes. Born many years after I left this place, I wish I could introduce you to the mother of my child, but I'm afraid we lost her to illness.
Okay, so she's not my mom. My mom's dead, so... I mean, how many times are we gonna have a protagonist in a video game where they don't have parents? And also, I was joking when I said the big, like that scene with saving Edelgard was very much like Awakening. I'm just saying, in Awakening, Robin doesn't have a mother too. Now, we don't know what befell her, but we can assume what happened. Here we have something, and I'm betting that's not the case. We're gonna find out later, like, I don't know, something killed her, and the father just lying about it because he doesn't, I don't know, want us to go afterwards or after that, or he doesn't know either. Just saying.
I see. My condolences. As for you, I heard of your valiant efforts from Alois. What is your name?
Hi, my name
A
is
fine
Slim
name
Shady.
indeed. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you for saving those students of the Officers Academy.
Is she blushing? It seems like she's blushing. In the character portrait, you cannot really see it, but on the character model, you can.
Gerald, you already know what it is I wish to say, do you not?
You want me to rejoin the Knights of Seros, don't you? I won't say no, but...
Your apprehension stings. I had expected that Alois would have already asked this of you. I must step away for now, but I expect they will desire a word with you soon. Please listen carefully to what they have to say. Until tomorrow, farewell.
Is that the royal, like, day? It's like, speaking of royalty, and it's like, all day we'll speak to you.
I can't believe it. Forced back into the Knights of Seros.
Oh, you weren't forced back, you can leave.
I'm sorry I dragged you into this. Looks like I'll be stuck here for a while. And I'm afraid your services are requested as well.
I must wait here. I didn't read the lines before because I thought they were going to be spoken or something. Like, why the hell does Bliath have a voice actor if he doesn't read anything? We're not even saying our name, Jesus Christ. Mercenary?
Nothing like that. They want you to teach, by the sound of it.
Oh.
You heard those brats earlier talking about the Officers Academy, right? Well, the Academy just happens to be short a professor.
Ah, what a winky dink.
And apparently that damned Alois went and recommended you to Lady Rhea.
How do you know that?
So, you must be the new
Jesus Christ,
professor.
lady.
My, how stern and handsome you are.
I don't know who you're looking at, but I'm pretty sure you're both looking at the wrong person.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not the one you're looking for. You can handle things from here. Good luck. And watch out for Lady Rhea. I don't know what she's thinking making you a professor like this. She may be up to something. Stay on your guard.
Righto, Daddy-o.
It's you then? So young.
Competence and age are not necessarily correlated, as you well know. I am Hanneman, a Crest Scholar and Professor at the Officers Academy.
Okay, Hanneman, you have facial hair that kind of looks a little bit ridiculous. Not because, you know, it's a mustache not connected to the goatee, but because the mustache is in the air and you have a goatee, and sideburns. Choose one, or go for the full beard.
I wonder if you bear a crest of your own. When next you have a moment to spare, I insist that you pay me a visit so we can delve into the subject further.
I'm Manuela. I'm a professor, a physician, a songstress, and available. It's nice to meet you.
We just met. You already came on to my dad and you're coming on to me. Your tits are basically hanging out, and I'm pretty sure a little bit of your private parts might be showing. Calm your titties, lady. I don't even know where to go with this answer. Songstress, I guess. Here's the thing. In today's world, yeah, I would believe her more to be a songstress than a physician by the way she's dressed. You know, that she has a very singer outfit, like she's gonna perform something. But in this timeline, not timeline, the age where this happened, her dress is probably pretty normal. I'm gonna go with songstress. That seems to be the more ridiculous one of the two.
Of course. Before I came here, I belonged to a renowned opera company. Perhaps you've heard of me? The Middle Franc Opera Company is beautiful, peerless.
Spare our colleague the needless chatter, Manuela.
Also, I just realized he has a comb over in his hair, and then for whatever reason, it goes up in the air. Jesus Christ, anime hair is weird. Although I would love to have some of the air, the air of some anime characters. I mean, I'm already going bald, so I would not matter having Vegeta's widow speak. So I'm just saying.
Now then.
Though I'm not going as bald as much as I thought I would be.
One of the Academy's 3 houses.
Oh, I'm taking charge of the house. I'm not just their professor.
I
Okay.
expect you haven't yet been briefed on the nature of each.
Dude, I literally just got here. Ham man.
Do you really not know? Fine. I'll do you a favor and explain.
Is she swinging her hips? Or is it just the character animation? Okay, it's just the character animation. Just the character's moving. But with her design and the way she's behaving, it wouldn't surprise me if she was shaking her ass to me.
Is comprised of 3 houses of students, each of which is closely affiliated with its region of origin.
Makes sense.
The Black Eagle House is for students from the Adrestian Empire. Their house leader this year is Edelgard, the Imperial Princess, who is in line to be the next emperor.
The Blue Lion House is for students from the Holy Kingdom of Fargus. Their house leader this year is Prince Dimitri. He is to be the next king of Fargus.
Lastly, there is the Golden Deer House, which is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Their house leader is Claude, grandson to Duke Regan, the leader of the Alliance.
To think that the next emperor, king, and sovereign duke are all here. It certainly is a promising year for the Academy.
I'll say. I just hope none of those little treasures cause any trouble.
Quite.
Do not like how
For
she
now,
said treasures
I
there.
suggest taking a stroll around the Academy to get your bearings. And when you've a moment, please stop by my research laboratory.
The old man has a point. Oh, and keep in mind that I've only notified the house leaders that you're our new professor. It's more fun that way. I suggest you try spending time with the students. Some odd ducks in that bunch, but they're good kids.
I was gonna say she knows she's saying it's more fun that way. Pretty sure this lady wants to just have fun. And I would like to know the age of the characters because it feels very weird because like she says I'm young, then I'm pretty sure I'm older than I don't know. I don't even know if I'm older than the three main characters. You know, Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude. I might be. I don't know. Then she's obviously younger than that dude, but she kind of is older than me, and she just came on to my dad. So
I'm sure Lady Rhea will have more information for you tomorrow, but that should get you going.
and also,
You'll need it.
Jesus. Lady Rhea was there in 91, I'm pretty sure it was the year of it, and I'm pretty sure it was her. And how long has it been? I mean, probably long enough where my dad was not in the war. Probably. Maybe he was. But even if he was in the war, it still was long enough for me to leave for him to leave, and for me to be born, for my mom to come back, for my mom to die, and for me to grow old enough to come here. Also, I'm just gonna say people were weirded out by the fact that you probably
Have
can...
you no intention of
Okay.
changing your mind, Rhea?
I'm just gonna
A
say it
total
with...
stranger, a child no less, as
Oh,
a professor at our esteemed academy
Okay,
is...
so I'm probably the age of the kids then. I was gonna
I
say.
have made my decision, Sedith. I know worrying comes naturally to you, but there is truly no need. That stranger is Gerald's flesh and blood, after all.
I can't say that's all too comforting. How trustworthy is this Gerald character? Is he not the man who went missing after the Great Fire 21 years ago?
Okay, so Dad left 21 years ago. I was born years later, so I'm at best 19 years old. My character's 19 and about to be a professor. At an academy, this is basically what if Harry Potter Hagrid did not show up to Harry Potter's house when he was 10, waited like at least 9 years, went to his house, knocked on his door, and instead of saying, "You're a wizard, Harry," he went, "You're a wizard, Harry, and a professor, by the way. We are doing that now." Then again, I've had training. Harry didn't, but still. So yeah, I'll now get to the point I was gonna make a little bit.
I would remind you that Flame is now here with us as well. I beg of you, please consider whether this is an unnecessary risk.
I'll beat up Flame, whoever he or she is.
Sedith, they have my trust. Let that be enough for you as well. More importantly, I have received a report from Shamir. I am increasingly concerned about a matter regarding our suspicious individual. We cannot ignore those who harbor ill will toward the church, especially if they are frequenting Garrick Mach.
Yes, that matter is of great importance as well. I shall continue my investigation. Rhea, for now I will have faith that you are placing your trust with the utmost care. I pray...
Oh, I didn't read everything. I wasn't paying attention because I was like, my eyes were watering a little bit because of allergies, and I was drying them up, and I didn't read. I thought he was done because I wasn't looking at the screen. I couldn't. My eyes were blocked. So, what I was gonna say before, it's about the character's age and shit. Oh wait, there's cutscenes, so I'm gonna have to wait a little bit more. Is that me reading a book? Kind of sound like they were about to go into the Fire Emblem theme with the bells.
Of course.
Okay. Okay, let's first talk to her, then I'll say what I want to say about, the kids, or the ages.
I assume you are already aware that you will be teaching here at the Officers' Academy, correct?
Yes.
To start, please speak with the 3 house leaders. You should also take a look around the Academy and acquaint yourself with your new home. That is your first task here at the monastery. Please let me know if you accept it.
Yeah, why didn't they ask me if I could or
Once you
not?
have finished,
Seems like a dictatorship.
come and speak with me.
Okay, so probably this will be when I
May I ask a favor of you?
decide who I want to. I'll accept. Okay, so yeah, we're given the side. So what I was gonna say is, right? People were when we found out this was a school setting. People were like, "Oh, a professor, like it's gonna be the age gap difference between you and the kids, and you could probably bang them and all the things." And like, "Oh, it's inappropriate and stuff." I'm not even going into Fate. I'm not gonna bring Fate into the conversation because Fate already has some weird stuff in it. What I'm going to bring is Fire Emblem Awakening, you know, the most popular, what really made this series popular, and I'm pretty sure it's more popular than Fate's, just by the fact of Fate's being, let's see if these guys have anything to say.
Ha! I imagine you were a bit surprised that I recommended you as a professor here. Frankly, we had someone else in mind for the role, but they ran off during our dust-up with the bandits. Can't entrust students to someone who's abandoned them once before, huh?
You saved the lives of the students you came across. That, at least, was admirable. Now you should make the rounds. Go around the monastery and see that you greet everyone.
But in Awakening, that's what I was gonna say. Okay, I have to press it? Okay. In Awakening, like Lisa, Maribel, and Donald, not Donald, what's his name? Rickon, I think that's how you pronounce it, are pretty young characters too, you know? They even make a big deal about like Rickon not coming with you when you're gonna save Maribel in chapter 7, I think, or 6. Because he's too young, he's a kid basically. But then like if you play the game, like Rickon, like there's a 2-year gap, sure, that maybe you could say like, oh, Lisa went from 16 to 18. Same thing with Maribel. Rickon probably not, but still. But you could still pair them up with characters that are far older than them. Like, Frederick is obviously a character that's far older than any of the characters. He's like, I would say he's at the very least like 3 years older than Crom. And Crom is probably already 2 to 3 years older than Lisa. And Robin is about, like, Robin's neutral design, the base design is also like the same age as Crom, so I find it very weird that we get that with this game. Like, oh, maybe it's because it's their teachers, maybe, but at the same time, technically speaking, we can say that I think it's even in the support conversations that Muriel is Rickon's teacher, and they can bang. Same thing with Frederick and Lisa, and technically speaking, Long Q and Lisa, because you know both of them can develop a relationship with her, and one is supposed to be her bodyguard, and the other one has been her. Well, both of them, technically speaking, are her bodyguard. And bam, Maribel is the only one that's like kind of older. It's about the same age, but she looks older than both of them, and she doesn't act as childish, so I guess. But at the same time, she's basically Robin's teacher when it comes to being, you know, of the royal, of being a noble, and she can still bang Robin. And not even that, even Tiki and Naui. Technically speaking, more Tiki than Naui, but Naui is also like, looks like a child, but it's 1,000 years old, and any of the guys, not any, but a lot of the guys can hook up with her. And the same thing with Tiki, it's a 3,000-year-old woman that can hook up with Robin, who, technically speaking, should be immortal, but that's not what I'm gonna go with. But still, I'm just saying that it's not as weird that in this game we might have the relationship between teacher and students. The only thing it's weird is because it's their teacher, but then again, different time periods. Again, this is something people forget. This is not supposed to be the real world in our time period. It's supposed to be like medieval Europe. And let's cut to the crap. A lot of shit went down during this time period. Okay, so I have to speak to the 3 house leaders, and they have the they're marked on the mini map. Okay, so wait, is there 3 people right here to talk to? Oh, there they are. Who? Okay, so these guys are probably from the Black Eagles, because they're talking about 3 characters from the Black Eagles. Dorothea, from my understanding, is everybody's favorite, or one of the favorites from Black Eagles as the waifu of the group. Oh, they don't speak to me. I can just read what they say. Okay, you have nothing. Okay, so people. Oh, there's a cat. I can walk through the cat. Kind of disturbing. Why did we need that? And voice crack there. Oh, there's Edelgard. My waifu. And yes, I'll call her my waifu. Hello, ladies. I'm the new teacher. Nice to meet you all. You look bored. You look concerned in the red, and you are just looking me in the eyes and now staring at it. Okay. Are you? She's the only one that responds to me, blonde lady. Thank you for that.
Okay.
So basically, they're not really saying anything around here. Are you from the Black Eagles? Are you characters I should meet? I think they are. No, they're not. You're the same as the ones right there. Are you guys twins? In the words of Will Smith, if you are twins, that's I. Hello, Edelgard.
So you've accepted a teaching position here. Pity. I was hoping you would lend your strength to the Empire.
I really didn't accept. I kinda got thrusted into it. You know?
I never properly introduced myself, did I? My name is Edelgard von Pressbelk.
I'll try to I'm sorry, baby. I'm never going to say your last name. I probably will one day, but right now I can't. I won't pronounce it.
I am the princess and heir apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I wonder if you'll be tasked with leading the Black Eagles. I
You
hope
haven't
you've had a
chosen.
chance to meet everyone. Would you like to know more about any of the Black Eagles?
Sure. Why not? About you. About you.
Well, some think I'm a bit distant. Arrogant even. But there's little to be done. One day I must rise to become Adrestia's next emperor.
And like I've always said this, like it sometimes people can come off a bit arrogant, but sometimes you need to, be arrogant, not for the sake of being arrogant, but just like to be the best. If you don't believe you're the best, nobody will believe you're the best. I mean, one of the greatest examples of all time of that is Cristiano Ronaldo, so obviously a Portuguese man bringing a Portuguese man into the conversation. Ronaldo, when he started off for Manchester United, which is just happens to be one of the biggest clubs in the world, that at the time had some of the biggest players in the world, he got there, an 18-year-old dude with practically no football experience as a professional. And he's just like to the guys like, pass the ball to me, I'll solve it. That comes off as arrogant, sure, especially for a 19-year-old, but also it's confidence, like you can do it. As long as you are not, that's a difference also you hear a lot of the times people talking about like, when a guy's in charge, he's just that, a guy in charge, but when a woman does it, she's a bitch. That's always the people deferring to, not deferring to the people's personality, but just their job. As if, like, Edelgard says she's a bit arrogant, and people think that she's distant and arrogant. What if she is, though? She can be, but as long as she's not an asshole about it, there's no problems with that, then she won't be a bitch. But if she is distant to people and arrogant to people, and she's a bitch about it, then yeah, she's a bitch.
What else? Well, it seems to me that we may have similar personalities.
Ooh, how so? How so? Tell me.
Me? Well, what else? Well,
How do we have similar personalities? Tell me.
Hubert is the heir of Marquis Vestra. He has served me since I was a child. You may think his blood runs a bit cold, but actually that's rather accurate. Still, if you can get past that, you'll see he's quite astute and reasonable.
And again, like before, as long as he's not an asshole, that's fine.
For some reason, he thinks of me as a bitter rival and is always trying to challenge me. It's terribly irritating. His house is that of Dugayer, which produces Adrestia's prime ministers. That family is, perhaps, too pleased with its own status.
He seems like he's gonna be a bit of an asshole throughout the game.
He's remarkably intelligent, but he only wishes to apply himself to tasks that particularly interest him, and nothing else. He's also fond of, well, napping. If he had any work ethic or sense of duty to speak of, I suppose he would be destined to become an official of the Empire.
I could have sworn he was a chick.
He's the second son of Count Bergliez. He has no inheritance in his future, which is perhaps why he's always so eager to prove himself. He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle.
Oh, I didn't read everything, but...
He's overly energetic and rushes headfirst into any battle. If he ends up in your care, be sure to keep a close eye on him. She's Count Varley's only daughter. I suppose you could say she's a bit eccentric, but she seems like a gentle soul. I believe she's shut herself away in her quarters and doesn't care to leave, but don't worry, I'll make sure she finds her way to class.
Thank you for helping me out.
Few commoners have joined the Black Eagle House, but Dorothea is an exception. She's a songstress from a famous opera company in the Empire. I'm not entirely sure what brought her to the Officers' Academy.
Probably the other woman, Manuela, brought her over. I don't know.
To the west of Foglin is an archipelago called Brigid. Petra is the granddaughter of their king. Brigid is a vassal state of the Empire, which is how she came to be enrolled here. She's incredibly smart and studious.
Pretty too. I like all the girls. Something else to
So,
say?
you've accepted a teaching position. I never properly introduced
Let me
myself.
hear
did I?
him again.
My name is Edelgard von Hresvelg.
Vrasvarg? I'm
I
never
am
gonna
the
be able to
princess
pronounce
and heir
that.
apparent of the Adrestian Empire. I hope you've had a chance to meet everyone.
Okay, now let me... I'm sorry, but I will meet other people. Oh, hello there. You have something to say?
You must be the new professor. What a pleasure. As for me, my job is to stand here at this glorious entrance and leisurely watch over the comings and goings of everyone. Make folks smile, you know? And by that, I mean to vigilantly guard this entrance with my very life. No levity whatsoever. As of now, nothing to report.
Good, it's good that there's nothing to report. I can't go through here. Who are you? Who am I? Who are you? You're a kid. Maybe you're a squid. Okay, not here. But I still have to talk to Edelgard. Why?
So, I hope you've had a chance to meet her.
Who did I miss?
Hubert you may think is...
I've talked to her about everybody.
Yes.
I don't know, talk to him. Sort of how it works. I say that, but yet I won't talk to people unless I have to. Oh, I spotted people. Who did I spot? Probably all of the golden deers. How did I... Okay, it's not me. Okay, good. So to say, there's people to talk to. I will.
The Golden Deer House is for students of the Leicester Alliance. Our house leader is heir to the Alliance's leadership, House Regan. We have plenty...
Ah, damn it, I clicked fast. But here's the thing. Holy crap. Wait, so... These are all the... people from... Yeah, so she was not even waiting... She was, like, super into, like, waiting for me. I like that about Edelgard. She makes me feel special.
Well, scored a teaching gig here, did you? Talk about a great first impression. I guess that means I'd better introduce myself properly. I'm Claude von Regan.
Von Regan. See, that's a much better, easier name to say.
I'm from the ruling house of the
Why are they
Leicester
all
Alliance,
Vons, though?
but don't worry too much about all that madness.
Oh god, this is medieval Europe.
I'm guessing you don't know which class you'll be teaching yet, do you? I bet you'd like ours. We're not as difficult as the other two. Have you met the folks from the Golden Deer House yet? Care to know more about anyone?
Sure, but by the way, well, you have more ladies. I'll give you that. You have three dudes versus 7 ladies, so maybe in another playthrough. I've already decided.
Have I? As luck would have it, I'm pretty curious about you as well.
I'm pretty sure you're the one that can be gay, which makes a lot of sense for his commentary.
But what's life without a bit of mystery? Let's just spend the next year or so learning about each other little by little.
Not that there's anything wrong with being
He's
gay.
the
I'm
heir
just
of
saying
the
he's
Gloucester
making it
territory.
very evident.
If you haven't already picked up on it, he's a bit arrogant and fancies himself a ladies' man.
Try coming for Edelgard, you... What is your face shape?
That said, deep down he's really devoted and honest. Though I wouldn't mind never hearing him talk about his noble obligations ever again.
So he's basically the Inigo of this game.
He's the heir of...
I was gonna say, like, there's nothing, like, I'm talking about him being, like, a little bit flamboyant and being very out there that he's gay, which is actually a good thing for the character if he actually is. I think he's bi, I'm not too sure. But I don't know, I don't even know if you can with him. I know that you can apparently have a romantic relationship with a dude. I'm not sure if it's with him. But at the same time, from the beginning, I've been calling Edelgard my waifu, so
he comes from a merchant
just as
family,
bad.
but his parents died in an accident. Seems
Well,
like he's
I
had
have
a
not my
rough life.
character, which is the weird thing. He is coming onto my character pretty hard.
Despite all that, he's just about the most cheerful guy you'll ever meet. His passions are training, eating, and actually that's about it.
And not wearing shirts that are his size, apparently. Let's meet the girls then. Which I think this is a
He's
girl.
the second son of a merchant
Or
family.
maybe not, this is a
Since
dude.
his brother will inherit the business, he's training to become a knight. If you ask me, it doesn't seem like he truly wants to be a knight. He's probably just doing it to please his parents.
I legit, dude, each of the houses has like a trap. This is a dude too. I'm gonna be
Lysithea is the daughter of Count Ordelia, and is probably the youngest student here. But watch out, she gets angry if you treat her like a child. As for me, I do it on purpose. You have to make your own fun in this place, you know? Marianne is Margrave Edmund's daughter, and that's pretty much all I know about her. She doesn't interact much with other students, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of folks here have never even heard her speak.
Oh, so she's basically me. Lovely. Should go to this house just because of Marianne.
Hilda is the only daughter of Duke Goneril. It seems her father and brother coddle her quite a bit. If you look up lazy in the dictionary, her picture won't be there because she never got around to submitting it. Not too unusual for a noble, I guess. Leone enrolled because she wants to be a mercenary. I think she said that her father is a hunter. She's pretty blunt and as stingy as they come. A habitual saver, too. I think she's hoping to repay her village for helping to send her here.
Okay, so I was gonna go and talk to them. Whoa, that was weird. Let me see if I can do that again. Okay, I was gonna go talk to them, all of them, because I can, but I'm gonna wait a little. I'm gonna talk first with the final member of the crew that I have to speak to. I think that's, yeah, to Dimitri. And then I'm gonna end off the episode. Then I'm gonna look for all the next episode. I'll begin by me looking through to all of the people. Like this is the Black Eagles, yeah. This is the Black Eagles that I have to speak to. And like, does that mean that this one, yeah, this is for the Lions. So everybody will be here. So yeah, next episode after I talk to Dimitri, we'll go and do that because this episode has been going for over 40 minutes.
Please accept my apologies for the other day. You came to our aid, yet I hadn't even the courtesy to properly introduce myself. I am Dimitri Alexandra Blathid, Crown Prince of the Holy Kingdom of Fargus.
Bladeth? Jesus Christ, where did they probably just went like random name generator. Also, he's not a Vaughn. Which is interesting.
Of course, at the Academy, I am simply a student. And I've heard word that you are to become a professor here. Delightful news. I still have much to learn, but I'm confident I could benefit greatly from your guidance. In any case, welcome to the monastery. I hear you're investigating the different houses here. Did any of the Blue Lions catch your attention?
I haven't met anybody, so let's see. Okay, so I was gonna say, if this is a dude, I'm gonna be upset, but like this is probably also a dude. But I could definitely see Sylvani being the Sully of this game. You know, the burly woman that actually looks like a dude, but it's a woman. That's part of woman.
Oh, please forgive me. It's difficult to open up on the spot, don't you think? I'm afraid my story has not been a pleasant one. I do hope that doesn't color your view of me, but I understand if that can't be helped.
And that's actually interesting because I heard the story of this game gets pretty dark for some of the characters. So it'll be interesting to know, and we will know whenever I play with the Blue Lions.
was born in Dusker and has been loyally working in my service for the past 4 years.
The Dew.
He's rather taciturn, but once you get to know him, you'll see he's a kind and good-natured young man.
Here's the thing that's very interesting about this. While the weapon triangle has not returned, they do have strengths and weaknesses for every character, which is actually really neat.
Felix is the heir to House Fraldarius. He has a bit of a sharp tongue, but don't let that fool you. Deep down, he's a good guy. He gravitates toward people who are skilled. Perhaps you would enjoy a friendly competition with him sometime.
Yeah, maybe.
He's the adoptive son of Lord Lenato of Castle Gaspar, but I hear he was born a commoner. He has an extremely earnest personality, so I'm certain he will approach your lectures with great enthusiasm.
I wonder if you could pair people up between different houses. Let's see if this is a dude or a woman. It's a
Sylvain
dude.
is the heir to House Gautier.
Okay.
He is a capable person who highly values his friends. That said, well, he's always been a bit of a skirt chaser, so to speak. Pardon my bluntness. I speak with him about it often, but it doesn't seem to help.
Wait, his ability is if a female ally is adjacent, unit deals 2 extra damage and takes 2 less damage during combat. That's actually funny. The other guy is the Virion or Viron, I think it's Virion that you say, of this game. He pretends to be a ladies' man, has the flower. Yeah, makes sense. He's 100% the Inigo of this game. The Philanderer thing, he wouldn't call him that, so yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And I really like his ability, that's actually pretty funny. Tell me about Mercedes.
I hear she was born to imperial nobility, but a twist of fate brought her to the kingdom. She may seem carefree on the surface, but she's actually a kind soul who pays careful attention to everyone around her. I hear she was... she may seem...
I was reading her ability, and I got distracted a little bit.
Annette is Baron Dominic's niece. She is a talented student who scored extremely high marks at the Royal School of Sorcery. She's cheerful and hardworking. Brilliant, really. Though she can be a bit oblivious at times. I hear she...
Ah, damn it, I didn't read everything.
She's cheerful and hardworking.
Jesus
Brilliant,
Christ.
really. Though she can be a bit oblivious at times. I hear she caused an explosion in the kitchen last night.
Could I just press the law again? Here, I'm an idiot. I don't need to ask again. And last but not least...
Ingrid is Count Galatia's daughter. She is also a childhood friend of Felix, Sylvain, and myself.
Oh, that's cool.
She is diligent, industrious, and principled. In truth, she is more knightly than most knights you will ever meet.
I'm just saying right now, whenever I'm in Blue Lions, she and Dimitri are gonna pair up. He seems very into her. And she didn't have any weaknesses, which is great.
I appreciate your effort.
Oh, we can put it a quest, which is nice. There's an iron sword, a Valnarian, 500 gold. Continue exploring. I can walk up to her. Anyway, I guess that'll be it for this episode where we'll just do some exploring around the monastery. And next episode we're going to be probably finding a house to be a part of. So basically next episode is the split in the timeline. Till here there'll be this episode and the last episode will be a part of the playthroughs. They're going to be posted on my channel with the final one, well, not final, but every episode afterwards. The episode that comes in after this one will depend on whatever house I choose or whatever channels you choose to watch. So obviously I'm going to be first playing with the Black Eagles and eventually I'll play with the Blue Lions. I mean, in first I'll play with the Eagles, then the Lions, and finally I'll be going in with the Golden Deer, which will be neat if at the end they gave us something new to play with, as in a final story that involved all 4 basically. And well, this is Harry Potter. But anyway, I guess that'll be it for this episode. Can I sit on the bench, please? Can I? Please, no. I'm just gonna stand here and overlook. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I've been the Legend of DS. I'll see you guys next time.